my dear friends, welcome to this session of e-notebook on one-word substitution. Now again, this forms a very important part in SSC preparation since we get around 10 to 12 questions from this topic. So we'll be looking at all the previous year asked questions on one-word substitution. So let us start. The first one that we have is agnostic. Let us also try to find a way to remember these words. So the first one that we have is agnostic. Agnostic is a person who's not sure of God's existence. He neither supports it nor denies it. Now, if you know, there's a word in Hindi called Nastik. Nastik is a person who does not believe in God, while agnostic is a person who's not sure of God's existence. Next is altruist. Now, altruist can be remembered as all trust, the person whom everybody trusts. So he is a lover of mankind who loves to do good for others. That person is called altruist. Another word that is used for this kind of person, you must have heard it, is also called philanthropist. Next one, ambidextrous. Now this is an easy one. Why? Because here ambi always means two. For example, we have ambiguous. A person who's not sure of his decision is said to be ambiguous. Next, coming to this, we have ambidextrous. Ambi means two and dexterous means skills. A person who has skills from both the side. So a person who can use both the hands with ease is said to be ambidextrous. The next word is anarchist. Now, anarchist is a person who destroys all government peace and order. So this person is a destroyer. He doesn't want any order, law in the country. How can you remember this? You can remember this by breaking it. Anarchist. Always find a hint from the word itself. For example, here we have archist. You can remember archist as an archer. So a person using bow and arrow will be destroying everything. So an anarchist is a person who destroys the peace. Alright, so here the next word is apostate. Apostate is a person who has changed his faith. You can remember this by remembering a very common similar word to this, that is apostate. You can write it as opposite state. So the person who has changed his state, or in this case faith or religion, is said to be apostate. Now this kind of look is what you get when you say you're an apostate. The next one is bigot. Now bigot is a person who's filled with excessive enthusiasm. Now bigot is a person who is filled with excessive enthusiasm in religious matter. Or for that matter, he feels that his own religion is the superior most. How do you remember this? You break it into by God. So that means only my God is superior, yours is not. So that kind of person is called bigot. The next word is acetic. Acetic is a person who leads an austere or very simple life. Now how to remember this? From acetic you can remember the word acid. So a person who is consuming only acidic things or things which are not tasty, not flavorful, is said to be ascetic. So ascetic is a one who leads a very simple life. Alright, coming to the next one, here we have insolvent. Insolvent is a person who is unable to pay his debts. How do you remember this? Easy. See, here we get a hint. Insolvent. A person who is not able to solve his problems is said to be insolvent. The next word is connoisseur. Now, connoisseur is a critical judge of fine art. How can you remember this word? If you break this word in this form. From here we get the con of Hindi, and from this part we get sure. Now who is sure of anything? An expert will be sure. So an expert of fine art is said to be a connoisseur. Now if you are a kind of person who calls a slight headache a brain tumor, then you are a hypochondriac, a person who is over anxious about his own health. Now, honorary is a term used for a post which is without any salary. So when you get retired and then you want to work somewhere without any salary just for your interest, you are said to be a honorary, and the degree that you get for it is honorary degree. The next one is epicure. Epicure is a person who is for pleasure of eating and drinking, who's very fond of eating and drinking. And the way to remember this is easy. Break this. What do you see here? Cure? No. You should see curry. And then you can remember this word very easily. Alright, so the next one is numismatic. Numismatic is a term used for a person who collects coin by hobby. And I'm sure you know the way to remember this. You have numbers from here. Numbers means related to coins, and thus you remember this very easily. The next term is polyglot. Polyglot is a person who knows many languages. How do you remember this? This one is easy to remember. Poly means many. Glot you can remember from the glottis that is present in our neck, inside mouth. What do you do from mouth? You speak. So a person who can speak multiple languages is said to be a polyglot. The next word is invincible. Now, if you remember Abdul Kalam, you'll definitely know the meaning here. Invincible is a person who cannot be conquered, who cannot be won over. And the hint comes from this word itself. Look at here. We have win. Invincible. A person you cannot win over is said to be invincible. Somebody highly respected. The next word is acrophobia. Now, this is easy. Look here. Phobia means fear. Phobia always means fear, while phile means love for something. Phobia means hatred for something or fear for something. Acro. I'm sure you've heard of the word acrobats. That which is performed from height. So, extreme fear of heights is known as acrophobia. The next word is swashbuckler. Now, related to the term swag. Swag means attitude. So a person having attitude will boast about himself. So swashbuckler or a person having swag is said to be a boastful fellow. The next word is sadist. I'm sure everyone knows the meaning here. Sadist means a person who enjoys by making others sad, or a person who feels pleasure by hurting others. Now for the next word, belligerent, or another synonym very commonly used is bellicose. For these words, remember the meaning of the root word bell or belly. It means to fight. So somebody who wants to fight, or somebody who's in a fighting mood or in a fighting spirit is said to be belligerent. It's usually used for two nations. And here's the last word, ephemeral. Ephemeral is a term used for something which lasts for a very short time. To remember this word, remember this part. Femoral or related to funeral. Something that dies very early or something that lasts only for a very short period of time is said to be ephemeral. You can relate it to butterfly as well, having lifespan of 1 to 2 weeks only. So these were the 20 most commonly asked one-word substitution. See you in the next session. Thank you.
If you like the video, please hit the like button, comment and share it with your friends. Also don't forget to subscribe for all our future videos.